She has a beautiful face, a perfect and tall figure, close to a height of 1.7 meters, exuding a luxurious aura. Those beautiful eyes look into the room. Her eyes are full of cold and arrogance, like a queen of frost. The moment Liang Yun saw this woman, his face changed drastically, and he quickly lowered his head respectfully and said, "Miss, why are you here?" The visitor is the actual owner of Jiqing Tang, Warnya Song, the eldest of the Song family, the top family of Orus Hill. Warnya snorted coldly, and said angrily, "I'm afraid I don't come, you will ruin all this shop." "What's the matter?" Liang Yun smiled wryly and quickly replied, "A customer accidentally broke the bottle while looking at it. His son-in-law repaired it with an egg. I was about to say that such a repair is worthless, and I want to talk to them about compensation." Warnya leaned to the edge of the antique bottle and observed for a while. Her complexion suddenly changed. Then, she immediately turned her head and scolded Liang Yun and said, "Quickly let go. Whoever makes you don't understand, just touch it." Liang Yun was immediately stunned. "Miss, what are you?" Warnya said angrily, "This is a cultural relic that has just been restored. Except for the restoration experts, other people can't touch them with their hands for the time being. Don't you understand this rule?" Liang Yun hesitated and said, "This is just using egg liquid to paste it again, isn't it a repair?" Warnya's beautiful eyes were angry, and she scolded, "You idiot, after the bottle is repaired, the price will at least double, but because you touch it with your hand, you will lose at least 2 million. You pack your things and don't come tomorrow." She had seen a porcelain plate in the same period at an auction in Hong Kong. The history of the porcelain plate is very interesting. It is porcelain of the Thompson dynasty. It was broken in the Song dynasty and repaired by skilled craftsmen in the Song dynasty in the same way. And because this repair method is extremely rare and has long been lost in history, the final transaction price of the porcelain plate was 13 million, which far exceeded the actual value of the porcelain plate. Now that this bottle was repaired by Charlie with a lost technique, the value of the bottle will rise. Liang Yun's face was pale, and he didn't expect that if he just touched the jade pot spring bottle, he would have caused such a big loss and lost his job. Warnya then asked, "Where is the man who repaired this jade pot spring bottle? Take me to see him." Liang Yun was shocked. He never dreamed that this egg-repaired bottle would become a more precious treasure. So he hurriedly pointed at Charlie, "Miss, this gentleman repaired it." Warnya glanced at Charlie, wondering in her heart that he was too young to have such a lost cultural relic restoration technique. With a faint smile, Warnya asked politely, "I am Warnya from the Song family. Dare to ask which cultural relic master you studied?" Jacob, the horrified old father-in-law, heard Warnya's name and was immediately speechless. Song family. The Song family is the top family in Orus Hill. Although the strength is not comparable to those of Eastcliffe's superfamilies, in Orus Hill, it is really a giant that no one can match. He really didn't expect that he could meet the Song family's eldest here. Here, Charlie doesn't feel much about Warnya's identity. Although the Song family is very powerful, it is still a family of hundreds of billions of assets. Compared with the Wade family's trillions of assets, that's a difference of 100,000. 8,000 miles. So he said faintly, "My name is Charlie, but I don't have any masters or expertise." Immediately afterward, Charlie said again, "My father-in-law broke your jade pot spring bottle. I repaired it. Please also appraise the specific value to see if we still need to pay compensation." Warnya shook her head and smiled. "After you have repaired it, this bottle has far exceeded its original value. Logically speaking, it should be our Jiqing Tang who owes you now." Charlie smiled faintly. "You don't need to be so polite. Since this side has been processed, then my father-in-law and I should leave." Warnya's big eyes turned slightly, and she smiled and said, "Sir, I don't know what your surname is and how you are called. Can you leave contact information for future communication?" With that, Warnya took out her business card, handed it over, and said, "Sir, this is my business card. Please accept it." Charlie nodded, accepted the business card, and said lightly, "My name is Charlie Wade, but I don't have a business card." "It doesn't matter." Warnya said, "Is it convenient for Mr. Charlie to leave the phone number?" Charlie felt that it was not a bad thing to know more people, and this Warnya looked very polite and humble, not like an arrogant and domineering person, and looked pleasing to the eye.